Everyone, and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie, and I'm coming to you from my craft studio in Wasaga Beach, Ontario, Canada. I'd like to welcome you to Connie's Craft Along. So, hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness, I had an awesome day. You know how some days are just so wonderful? We were out skiing, and then I did some training this afternoon. It was one of those days where the training was going really well. I was getting what they were trying to show me or tell me to do, and it was working. And the instructor was, oh, it's working. This is good. Anyway, it was a good day, and we stayed warm. That's kind of sometimes the big challenge on some of these days. So, anyway, yes, it was good. And it got even better when I get home. I'll tell you about that in just a moment. But in the meantime, if you are here, do say hello. Let me know that you are watching and joining me this evening. I love to see your comments. I love your thumbs up and your hearts and all the love that you share with me. It's very special, and I do enjoy it. Love to see your comments. So, oh dear. Okay, so I just touched a button on Facebook, and now it's switching to something that it didn't really need to switch to. And this thing is so slow. It's my old tablet, and I don't use it for anything other than when I do my Facebook Lives. No, it's so slow, the screen went dark. Okay, one moment while we get this going here. Hopefully, can I switch this back? Should I switch this back? I hit a wrong button. Okay, let's just go to my page and hopefully we can see what we're trying to see. Like, see me on here live and all that jazz. Oh, if I could get it to scroll. Oh, look, I think I'm here. That's okay. Maybe not ideal, but it's okay. Oh gosh, it is very slow tonight. Yes, now I have a black screen, but it did say live at the top, so I knew it wasn't like gone. Okay, there it is. And so if you are here, say hello, leave me a comment, let me know, and love to have you along for the ride. Don't know if you are crafting along with me or not, but I do love when people craft along with me. And we have another sketch tonight from the mini catalog. I should grab it and we'll take a peek at that. But let's head down to the crafting area. And the first thing that I just have to share is some happy mail. I got happy mail today. Any mail is, well, not any mail is happy mail. It wasn't a bill. And even better when it's something handcrafted. So here it is. It says, friends like you make this season special. And if you're wondering what season this is, this was meant to be a Christmas card. Uh, but you may recall, especially if you live in Canada, that Canada Post went on strike and there was no Christmas mail. So this beautiful card is from my dear friend Louise, who lives in the UK. And she kept saying to me, so what's going on with that postal strike? Are they back at work yet? Can I send mail? What's going on? Are they back at work yet? So eventually I said, yes, they are back at work. And so she put this in the mail to me and it came today. Um, but it wasn't just a card. I mean, the card is lovely, and she's written a really nice note inside, and so that is all very special. But even more special, I need to share. She sent me, get to this. So this is a 2025 calendar she's titled it Making Memories in London. So you may recall that MSH and I went to England in October and we stayed with Chris and Louise. Louise is a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Lou's Colorful Crafters. And I met her through Stampin' Up! The only reason I know her is because of Stampin' Up! And us both traveling to be at Backstage a few years ago in New Orleans. And well, no, we met networking online, let's be truthful, but I met her in person and I met her husband Chris in New Orleans, and Steve met Chris and Louise and everything. So the four of us got to know each other, and we had a lovely time together. And so then she said, "Why don't you guys come to England for a visit and we'll do stuff." So we did, and now she has sent me a calendar filled with photos and memories. We both like our gin. What can I say? It was a good evening out. So yeah, it was such an awesome trip. And now I have a whole year of photos to remember all the wonderful things that we did. It was great. So anyway, I had to share that. Super, super memories and just totally wonderful happy mail that I got today. And we just need to share that, don't we? So, a card can make someone's day, and then every now and again there's a gift in there too, and that's even like I was speechless. I really was, because it's just such a touching gift and so many memories wrapped up in those 12 months of calendar pages. So we will we will see more of those as we go. However, in the meantime, let's do some crafting, shall we? So we have a standard card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. We have a piece of cardstock that is 5 1/4 by 4. And then I suggested a piece of pattern paper, designer series paper. This is from the Storybook Memories, I want to say is what it's called. Storybook, storybook. Yes, yes, I am looking it up because I want to get it right, and I'm not always great at remembering all those things. What does it say here? Storybook moments. See, I'm on the memory thing from our trip to England. So storybook moments. It's a full-on suite, 2 sets of stamps, 2 sets of dies, some gems, some ribbon, 2 different designer series papers. Both are awesome. So lots and lots of wonderful things in this suite. You don't have to buy the whole suite. You can buy it in bits and pieces. There is a 10% savings if you buy the bundle. But that's entirely up to you. So that's where this paper is from. Did I tell you the size? 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So it's just a very narrow border on this cardstock. Okay. And then I had 3. These are cut from the Nested Essentials dies, but you could just cut little rectangles. You could punch circles, basically 3 shapes to stamp on, and then a sentiment piece. And I have used, this is from the Stylish Shapes. It's one of the banner dies from that. Okay, so I am going to use the Storybook Garden patch for my stamping. And we're just gonna do 3 small stamps on these 3 pieces. And then you'll notice there is no sentiment on there. So I have brought in the other stamp set from this suite, Storybook Friends, and I'm going to use the Hello Friend from that. So that's what we're up to for this card. So shall we do some stamping? Okay. Now, with luck, these will all go well. These are brand new stamps. I just mounted them before we got started here. So wish me luck. I have not practiced, but we're just gonna go for it and hope for the best. Stand up, lean in. Hopefully this all fits. Okay, first one, success. It's a good way to start. Now we have some peas. Now, these won't all fit on this piece, I don't think. They're going to dangle over the edge, but that's okay. There we go. Just the stem goes over the edge, so not a whole lot. And then we have some strawberries. I'm just using Memento Black because I'm going to come in with my Stampin' Right markers and add some color in just a moment. This one also looks like it might be a little wider than my piece, so it might dangle over the edge a little bit. Just kind of squeezes on, so it's all good. Okay, let me just a little Stampin' Mist onto my Stampin' Scrub there. Give these guys a quick little clean up. Don't think I'm using them again tonight, but let's just be sure, shall we? Be sure they're ready to go anyway. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in, I think, I want to do my sentiment. We'll do it in Old Olive to kind of pick up some of the green from that paper. So this back piece is Mossy Meadow, so it's even darker than Old Olive, but there's Old Olive and Mossy Meadow in there. So I think it will all coordinate just fine. And let's see if we can get this going on the foam mat under here, because this one, so the garden set is red rubber, but the Storybook Friends is photopolymer. So that hopefully is front and center. There we go. Oh yes. Ooh, look at that. Brand new stamp. So I wasn't sure whether it would have some residue from manufacturing on it, but clearly it does not, because that is a nice crisp image there. So I'm very happy that that worked out well. Okay, so there is the stamping done, but we do need to add some color in here. So let's get, I'm going to use my Stampin' Right markers, and that will remind me to mention to you that if you join Stampin' Up between now and the end of February, which I have two of these Old Olive, there's the one from yesterday. We could just use that, couldn't we? If you join the Stampin' Up community between now and the end of February, you get the awesome starter kit, and you also may select two, not one, two full color family packs of Stampin' Right markers. Plus, you get a stamp set that is great for coloring, designed especially for coloring with Stampin' Right markers. So that is an extra $129 value, and that is incredible. Just trying to see if I think we need any other colors here. I'm not sure. What do we want for the peas? Maybe just the Old Olive and the Mossy Meadow. Don't know that I want something this light, but maybe that soft sea foam. We'll get it out while we're here. Granny Apple? Granny Apple? I don't know. I'll just get a whole bunch of them out right now. So that's an awesome addition to the starter kit. The starter kit is $165 worth of products that you choose, anything at all that you choose, to put in your starter kit for $135. And then you get another $129 of value with your markers and the stamp set. And then you too will have the opportunity to make international friends. Okay. I met Louise because we are Stampin' Up demonstrators. And how awesome is that? Oh, a new friend, international friends, and it led to travel and things. So that is just, it's very, very special. And you don't get that just anywhere. Just saying. Okay. Radish tops. Are they dark green or lighter green? I don't know. We're gonna come in with our darker green here, and I'm just going over the veins in the leaves just to add a bit of color to this. We'll come down with the stems here. Yeah. If you're not real confident with coloring, Stampin' Up! Gives us hints. They put lines in the images, and if you just kind of go along those lines, it's a great way to add color. You know what? I'm going to come in with soft sea foam here, just to add a bit of color to the remaining part of these leaves. Just because I can. Just because it seemed like it might be a cool thing to do. So there we go. There's our radish. Okay, strawberries. Maybe we'll do those with old olive instead of the mossy meadow, and then they might get the seafoam treatment as well. We'll see. Let's get the mossy meadow color or the old olive color going on here first, and we'll see. Yeah, I think we could probably color these guys in too, couldn't we? Oh, and I should do the tops of the strawberries. We had some strawberries. I don't know where they were from. Perhaps Mexico, or I don't know. Do they grow strawberries in hothouses in Canada this time of year? Anyway, they've been very lovely. I love strawberries. I love summer fruit. I love berries. I love peaches and all those things. I do like apples, but I like a nice crisp apple, but not super tart. So granny apples are often very crisp, but they can also be quite tart. And so not always my favorite, but anyway, but I do like lots of different fruit. Color in these strawberries a little bit. Might give them just do they need a shade or something darker? Maybe the radish. The radish actually maybe would be darker than the strawberry. I'll put just a tiny little bit of cherry cobbler on him. There. Well, I like that. Okay, and then our peas. Actually, what do we think? We like those leaves. I like those leaves. So we're gonna. I don't know what color leaves are on pea plants. We did grow peas. I've grown them the odd time. I like to grow pea pods. I like them. I'm not a big green pea fan, though. I'll be honest. So, yeah, not so much my thing. So I don't spend a lot of time looking at their leaves because we don't grow them in the garden very much. Steve grew them one year, and I think he kind of ate them all as they were growing, which was fine because it's not like I wanted him to bring them in so we could cook them or anything. I know a lot of people that grow peas, they never actually make it to the house to be cooked peas for a meal as they get consumed while they are still, as they're being picked. Okay, so let's, we're going to make granny apple green peas here, just because I want them to look different than the pea pod. So green down there, just a little green on the edge of this pod. Down there. So the peas are very green, but there's some red in the others. Maybe we'll put the peas in the middle. And that'll sort of, it'll give us color everywhere. Okay, so we are ready to assemble. So I am going to put, oh, I forgot to mention, also on my picture, there was some twine, wasn't there? Let's get this out. This is the Natural Tones linen thread. And this is actually copper clay, which is you know, there's sort of shades of, so I think it will all coordinate quite nicely. So I'm using liquid glue to put this down because this is a very narrow border, and I know that I will want to have a little bit of wiggle time to get it right into place where I want it to go. There we go. I think that's looking good. Let me give that a nice press, and then we'll turn it over for the big reveal and hope that it, yes, looks good. Okay, now what I want to do, I'll do this now. You could do this now, you could do this later, but I think that I'm going to do it now. I'm going to set this over here. I'm going to bring in my silicone mat just because we're going to end up with some sticky stuff going on over here, and I don't want to end up with sticky stuff on my glass mat and then set my card in it, and you know how it goes, right? Okay, so I'm just going to wrap this around, I think about 3 times maybe. And I don't really know where I want it. I should sort of see. Yeah, maybe right about there, right? Now, I guess I didn't. Do I want it? You know what? I'm going to tie a separate bow. I'm going to make a double bow, just so it shows up a little bit more. So I'm going to wrap this for now. And I think this is probably about the right spot for it. So let's just kind of get it even. So that's going to be the top, and this is going to come down here. Does that look kind of sort of like what we want? I'm going to give it a press on both sides just so it stays in place. And then I'm going to bring in my scissors and just snip that off. Okay, and then I'm going to use, I usually use about 8 or 9 inches or so for a bow. I'm going to come in, I think about 8 should be good because this is very thin. It's, you tend to use a little bit more length, I think, if it's thicker ribbon. So I've got it twice. I did 8 inches twice. And we'll just make a double bow just to give it a little more meat. I was showing somebody this the other day. If you hold your ends down as you tighten your bow, it's not perfect, but it does tend to get them dangling out the bottom a little bit better often. So as you tighten it, if you hold them where you want them to be, they tend to be a little bit closer to that. It's always perfect. Now, I don't think I'm going to put this on just yet because I want to kind of see where everything else is going. So the thought is that we are going to put this all here. And then I'm going to put this below that. And then maybe this will go right about there. Could go on here. Should go on there, I think. Oh, yes. Okay, so you know what? This is going to go right there, and then we're going to fit everything else around that. So you just have to kind of decide what you want to be the priority item as far as what's going where. So I want this bow to be the priority item. I'm going to put it right here where I want it. And then we'll put everything else in around it. See if we can make it work. Now these could all go on dimensionals, I think. So let's, I'm going to leave that on the silicone mat because it's got sticky stuff on the back. I guess I could put it onto my card base at this point, couldn't I? I don't have the card base ready yet, but this is just a standard thick basic white cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. That was in the instruction sheet, but I've just given it to you once again. And now we could flip this over. I can't be done with that. And I'm just going to put adhesive, oops, I'm going to try and get the adhesive onto the cardstock, onto this so that we can get it down onto the card base. Let's make sure the card base is going the right direction. Centered right in there. Okay. And then we're going to put some dimensionals on all of these guys. So, it's going to be a lot of dimensionals, folks. So take me a little bit of a minute to get all the backs off when we get there. I'll apologize now for the time that it takes to get these backs off. Be sure this will fit on here. Yes. Don't want it dangling over the outside. Okay, and now we just need to get all these backs off. It's going okay so far. Maybe I shouldn't jinx things. There we go. Okay. All right. So then I'm just gonna move this up. I think that I will start with my peas because they are going to go into the middle, and I'm just going to bring them down right near the edge of my ribbon. Oh, and then we have the radish. Then we have the strawberries. It's a little bit crooked. I shouldn't have pushed them down until I had them all in place. But I did. There, I think we're okay. And then I'm just going to tuck this in right down. No friend. There we go. And then, oh, what do we want to add to this? We have these pearls. Could put some of those on. But maybe, for some reason, I'm thinking something in gold. What do I have in gold? Ooh, I do love these. Balmy blue and bubble bath, I think. Yes, balmy blue and bubble bath. So we do have balmy blue in here. That might actually be boho, but it would go. But we got lots of other colors, so that's not quite what we're after. We do have these. They could coordinate. Even these could go. They don't jump at me going, hey, those are amazing. They would be the best. Oh, but look, here we have, these are the adhesive backed metallic dots. And if we use these, look, they go beautifully with that. And they'll, oh, okay. I think we have a winner. We're using these because they look good. Here's my lid. Okay. So what do we want to do here with these gems? I could do one on both ends, but I think we're just gonna put them down onto the, ooh, that's a gold one. Don't take that one. We're using the copper stuff. Here we go. Ta-da. Okay, so do you want to see where this came from? Because I did not make this up. Or shall we do, how are we for time? Do we have time to do one more card? I did pull some things out for one more card. I didn't get a layer of designer series paper out though. So give me half a second. Oops, I don't need that. I have the paper right here. Let me just take a quick peek and see. So I think for this, I want something kind of, oh, So we have this, which is kind of lovely, but oh, then we don't have that. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Can't do it. At least not yet. I have to use some more of those. That would hurt. I think that would cause me physical grief. Um, but look, we have a couple others that might work. Look at this. This is fun. Ooh, I do like that. We put this little lady on there, little lammy. And here's the back of this paper, and this could work. So it might be too busy. I have to take a peek. I have the yellow one out as a backup if we need it. Let's just see what else we have going on here. It's always a dilemma, right? When you really like one side of the paper, but then there's, a card where the back just would really suit what you're doing. It's tough. Oh, look at that. That's fun. See, so here's the dilemma now. But would this is pretty busy to put these things on top of, because I did not cut, if I had these, I put these onto paper and cut around them so that they had a nice outline border, I think that would work. But I didn't do that, and I'm not going to take the time to do that now. And I think the same thing with this. As much as I love this paper, don't think it's quite right for what we're doing. I'm thinking this might be the best because this is not nearly as busy, a tone on tone pattern. So it'll give us some interest, but it's not going to overpower what we're doing. So as much as I love this, and this is really cute, and the other one, looked like it would work as well. We're gonna go with this one. Okay, stop talking, start cutting, right? Okay, let me just grab my trimmer here. And I am going to cut this piece at, where's the rest of this sheet? There should be, I didn't use the whole strip for that other part. There should be some of this. I don't see it over at my cutter. I don't know where I put it. There should be the rest of the strip from what I used on the first card, shouldn't there? And it would be the perfect width. Be like almost ready to go. But I don't know. Pull all this stuff out and see if it's in here, but it does not seem to be in here. So I've obviously left it somewhere else. And I don't know where else is at this exact moment. And I'm not going to run around the craft room looking for it. Let's see, just make sure it's not tucked in any of these layers here. Oh, wait a minute. What's this? There it is. Look, it was hiding. Okay. I'm gonna put this back in here. Set this to the side. Move these things out of the way. Craft room chaos. Okay, so this should be, actually, I think I cut this at 4 inches because I figured it would be easier just to trim a little bit off. And we're gonna do it at 5 1/8. So 5 1/8. Set that over there by 3 7/8. Okay, now when you're cutting just a very narrow piece, you probably want to start in the middle and cut up and cut down. Because when it is very narrow, if you come at it with your blade, sometimes you just kind of smush it. And once you get it smushing, it's really hard to fix. So fair warning. Okay, card base. I'm going to use basic white again, just because it's really easy to work with, and that's what I have here. 2 good reasons. And This now, does this have an up and a down? It sort of looks like it goes the same way as the paper on the other side. I don't think you would notice if we did it upside down, but since we've looked and we've decided, let's do it. Let's do it the right way, or the way that looks like it should go. So this is, I'm going to use similar kind of layout to the last card, but I'm changing it up because in that pack of designer series paper, there is ephemera. And so you've got all these super cute little images that you can just punch out and they are ready to go. Awesome for quick and easy card making with some great results. There's all sorts of ephemera. You can buy just ephemera packs as well with sentiments and things. Lots of options. So here's the pieces that I selected because we're kind of doing the 3. And then I do have some other sentiment pieces, but if you were with me yesterday, remember how I had this and we decided not to use it? I was thinking that that might work because we've got green in this card. So we'll see when we get there. Okay, let me put this down onto the card base so that we can start to put this all together and we can make that determination and decision. Double check that I have this. Oh, now see, it's really difficult to decide which way it goes. So I don't think you would notice one way or another, but we are going to do it this way. I have decided. There we go. And then I was just thinking we're going to put this little lamb on there. Look at her. She's all dressed up. She's very fancy for the garden, but she's got her strawberries and her carrot. And then, oh, look, I forgot to put the twine on. Okay, so she's not going to get twine. She might get a bow. She might get a thread bow. But we could do this. What do we think? With a bow? Should I tie another bow here, and then we can see what we think. Okay. I think I could do a bow even though I neglected, especially if I use this long sentiment, then we don't really need to wrap the twine around, right? Yeah, that's it. That's why I didn't do it. It's my story. Anybody buying what I think I'm trying to sell? Why is this not pulling tight? What am I missing here? I didn't cut anything, so it's a little funky. There we go. Let's make this a little bit smaller. There we go. I think we could still add that, couldn't we? Okay, I'm going to cut this off. If I don't end up using it on this card, it will be ready for the next card. What do we think? But we could even put this down below her feet too, couldn't we? Okay, so now we're kind of going way off in left field, but that's okay. We'll decide on some of these bits after. Let's put these things down, and again, I'm going to put them on dimensionals. If I can find them, yes, there they are. Okay, so she certainly has space for these big ones. I think I might need to get out. I'm going to go down to the bottom with this one. And I'm going to put one in the center there, just so it doesn't sag, because this is, it's not really heavy paper. So I don't want her to be popped up at the top and the bottom and then sag in the middle. That would, it's not the look I'm going for. Okay, I think I need some of these mini guys for the rest of this. Come down here with mini. I don't know that we need one here, but we'll can we fit one in there. Yes, we can fit one in there, so we'll leave him there. And this one, woo, there we go. Okay, so let's get the backs off now. Struggle to get these little backs off, usually. I'm not as good with them yet. I need more practice or something, but just use my finger on that one. Oh, oh good grief. Ah, okay, there we go. And one more here. Get this off. Okay, so again, I think I am going to start with my middle piece, just so I can get that centered where I'm going to put her fairly close to the top, because we have a lot to go on underneath her or below her on the card. Okay, some strawberries. Tuck them in there with her. I'm not going to push them down yet, just in case I need to move them. Yeah, because see, as much as she's in the middle, the strawberries are, they're definitely larger than the carrot. So I think if we put her a little bit past center, I think that might, it might just pull your eye to, I don't know. Okay, Con. Anyway, I think that works. Now we can put this here, or we could put it down below her feet. I think this is getting very low. I'm gonna put some dimensionals on here. I was trying this stamp. Okay, so we're gonna come in here. Go. Now, before I take these backs off, let's just see. I think I want her sort of standing on that, and then this can just dangle on there. I think that's what we're gonna do. Well, this. There we go. And then we want a glue dot, which is right here, for our thread bow. Now, I've done a double bow, so the glue dot is about the size of the knot, but if your knot is small, you can just kind of roll the glue dot a little bit with your finger, just so you don't have sticky stuff hanging out. Should I have put that out here? I kind of went to the same side as we did on the other card, but now I'm thinking out here. No, maybe down here a little bit more, like that. Okay, it's going there. End of discussion. Just down a little bit. There we go. And now, so we could use those same gems. They would work because we've got some of those tones in there. But we also have in color, I'm looking for. So we have these are opaque sparkle dots in colors. So this is wild wheat. This is copper clay, actually, but we have wild wheat there. There are some others as well, I think. Maybe not. Just see what we have. We have these in wild wheat. Oh, and the green. Or do we want to just go with copper clay? Kind of like that. No, I don't know. Okay, so maybe I'm gonna stick with the green. I think I like the green. The green is, yes. We will stick with the green, shall we? It was a good thought. Um, Switching it up a little bit, but, or I could use those. I want to keep the shine. Maybe keep them the same. Yeah, nah, they kind of work too, don't they? Okay, we'll just put these on. Can you believe the indecision? Like, they're just gems, but they're not just gems. They're gems. We love our gems. There we go. I like that. That works. That works too. I think either one would have worked just fine, but we just kept them the same on both cards. So, okay, stick these back in the buckets. It's trying so hard not to get glue on there. Feels like I have some glue on there, so I'll have to give that a bit of a clean. So there we go. There are your cards. Now, I did promise to show you where this all came from. So, mini catalog. Near the beginning, page 12 to be exact. We used one of these last week, and now we have one again. This guy right here. Can you see that? So there's the three pieces, and now they have their sentiment right over those three pieces. And I thought about just doing that with designer series paper, and then you could just put your sentiment over. But then I wanted to stamp images, and then I thought, well, I don't want my sentiment right over top. So I moved it down, and that is totally okay. This page is just a starting point. It's a way to inspire you to do whatever you want, however you want. So, it's the kickoff, it's the beginning. So that's where that came from. And this, follows the same sort of pattern, but I just changed it up a little bit. So that's what you do. And that's how we create all different cards. That have all sorts of interesting features. Okay, so that's what I have for you this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it. And if you are not on my mailing list, you can just head over to greatstampingwithconnie.com and join. Love to have you join my mailing list. That's where you're going to hear all about uh, everything that's going on, all the fun stuff, all my events, everything that's going on, as well as all the Stampin' Up! News. And you will also find a spot if you are interested in learning more about joining the Stampin' Up! Community and the Great Stampin' Believers team. We would love to have you come along. It is an awesome deal right now to join, and there's absolutely no obligation to do anything in particular. There are some minimum purchases that you need to make to stay active, but you don't have to. If you don't make them, you just don't stay active. It's not the end of the world. But you're going to want to stay active because there's so many other fun things that go on. But you don't have to do this. You don't have to do Facebook Lives and those sorts of things. You can just enjoy a discount on everything you purchase from Stampin' Up. Or you can share it with a friend or two. Or you can go full on and teach classes and run events and anything in between. The choice is entirely yours, and I am here to help you along the way as much as you would like. So do reach out to me. We'd love to have you join us. Okay, that is it for this evening. I will be back on Monday morning for Monday Motivation. Until then, have an awesome weekend, rest of your evening, next couple days, and I look forward to seeing you on Monday. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.